I'm going to explain why. Wait, why do I have 2 watches? What the fuck, John? Johnny Elite, the world's best Daygame coach, undisputed. Nobody can beat me. I have 476 late poll testimonials. If their system's remotely similar to mine, how come they don't have more than 100 late testimonials? They would have had at least 100, 200, not even past 50. Doesn't even make any sense because it's a completely different system. I'm going to tell you 3 secrets. My students, long story short, they start with social skills, social calibrations, emotional control and game. It's like an S. They start with game, emoting, social calibrations, and social skills. But this is a lie because they don't have social skills. They have social skills. They gamify it. When I was younger, I played this game called Street Fighter. My parents got me a Super Nintendo. I don't play video games now, but before I used to when I was younger. Over here is that when you're a tall, white, or black-looking dating coach, the women is perceived natural status. Perceived. Just like they perceive me to be 24 years old. I'm not. Or 23. People will be like, whatever, yeah, sure. Looks like it. It's whatever women perceives. So basically, they're playing a game on lower difficulty. So they start creating this mental gymnastics. They start inventing techniques. And they pretend that they're doing all this stuff where they're using romance or they're going direct a little bit, doing all this push-pulls and this shit. In reality, they're just already over a line of fuckability. If you look at them, if they're blackwashed, they're tall and blackwashed, they already have an 8 out of 10 natural status, perceived natural status. There's no such thing as natural status anymore. So they'll start with game. That's 2.5 points. Their game might be 2 or maybe like 1.5, 1.7, somewhere like that. And then they emote their LMS. They vibe their LMS. And for them, they get over that line of fuckability. So now it becomes easy when they're fighting a computer. But in reality, I have to play at the highest difficulty. I have to optimize it differently. So when you play Street Fighter, there's only a couple moves that you can spam over and over. And I don't mean spam approach. You have to low kick, sweep them right across the leg, or when they jump at you, you uppercut. Everything else, the computer beats the living fuck out of you. I only teach that 1 or 2 moves, and most people dismiss it. They're like, oh yeah, it's like this, or this line. They're stupid because they're autistic. They don't know what they don't know. But when I teach those 2 moves, and it seems like, what the fuck? It doesn't make any sense, but it works. My students, they start with social skills, social calibrations, emotional control. It's not emotionality, emotional control. And lastly is game, which is a value delivery system, which this is why they dress better, to raise their value, hairstyle, everything, to fit in the in-tribe. So for them, they don't have to learn social calibrations. So whatever is missing from whatever they're saying is the half-truth pill. This is not their social calibrations. This is why they think that social skills are platonic. And that's why they have to flirt and tease a lot, emoting, because they're hunching. When they're hunching, they don't have the alpha man's body language, the tribe leader. So it feels like it's a platonic conversation. You have to make it into a romantic sexual direction, which is complete fucking nonsense. My students, because they have Elite 30 and they have the social calibrations, it's already calibrated. And they don't have to flirt and tease as much because the body language does it for them. It does the flirting and teasing. It's implied. Nonverbal communication is key. That's bigger than tonality. So all this time they go and then they reach social calibrations, they hit a roadblock. They don't need this shit. And they don't have social skills. They have social skills. So they gamify everything. So secret number 2 is that they gamify everything. We'll talk about that. So basically what I'm saying is that they gamify everything. They call it social skills, but it's social skills. This is why I have these 2 watches. This one is not a real Rolex. This one is what they call a homage. H-O-M-A-G-E. Homage or homage. It means it's an imitation watch that looks very similar to a Rolex. This one, on the other hand, is a Rolex. It has all the markings, everything on it. And this one is different. This takes skills to make. This one does not. This is just a cheap imitation. So this is not a cheap imitation. So basically what's happening is they're not teaching you real social skills. They're teaching you social skills. And when they're ignoring Elite 30, which they have no clue what the fuck I teach, and in 2020, I was teaching nothing but social skills, they don't understand that. That's what the students are getting so much results. Where are their fucking student results? Unless they show it, I don't believe it. And they might have it, I don't know, from boot camps or not. That's where they want to funnel you because that's where all the money is. Secret number 2 They always tell you the first 2 years that they struggle with game. And this is a very common story among a lot of the dating coaches. The first 2 years, they're just going to reject to left and right. They run around like a chicken with his head cut off, as they tell you. But in reality, when you ask these coaches, whether they're Asian or whether they're whatever ethnicity, after 2 years, they just need to get the points over that line. It doesn't take much. It's just the beginning when they're starting out. They say, oh, it's so hard for me because I'm a negative stereotype. No, bullshit. It's because of the autism. The social skills is lacking. That's it. And you're like, are you sure they don't have social skills? Well, listen to them. They sound like fucking robots. They sound like autistic robots. Is that right? Yes or no? You know the answer to that. They sound gamey. They gamify. So this is just like the watch concept. This is a homage to social skills. This is not actual real social skills. And they don't talk about social calibrations, which all the naturals have. A good body language. They don't talk about that, do they? No. So they gamify emotions. They gamify all this stuff. They're just vibing their SMV with their autistic sounding conversation, or verbals, as they call it. So basically their origin story is, oh, they had it so hard. But they already got laid with the people, courses, or Daygame systems that they criticize. If they got results from those systems, they claim it's so fucking hard. But they somehow got the results from it. They're just SMVing it. They'll eventually get some kind of results. Usually it's quite a few lays. But then they don't tell the audience because it doesn't fit in with their origin story for marketing. The origin story is to say, oh, I had it so tough. And this is not uncommon among many coaches I've heard this from. And secret number 3 is that I field tested every single style. I started Daygame in 2001. I'm just walking back here, but over here, this document is when I started university. And for me, I started 2001. I was the original gangster, OG, of Daygame for Red Pill, for the PUAs, the pickup artists. But how old is John? He looks 24. Well, if women cannot tell, then they cannot tell. I've been teaching for around 9 years. I started in 2012 when I taught. I was teaching while there's still a pickup artist starting out. I have a lot of experience teaching. So much. In fact, even when I was called Gaming Elite way back then, I had more testimonials than they'd have right now. John has more experience teaching Daygame than they do. I've been teaching longer than they have been a PUA for a lot of coaches. Really the same system? No, this is just a conclusion. I have taken every single system after Ross Jeffrey's system did not work in university. It was hell on earth. I've never experienced such hell. You might be thinking, well, that's not good, John. You got rejected nonstop in university. This is not some origin story shit. Yes, I did. Why? In 2001, there was no Instagram. 2001, there was no texting. It was all just phoning the women. Way back then. There was no YouTube videos showing other pickup artists doing this. I was basically starting from scratch. You think that's easy? That many years ago? No. There was no one to look up to. There was no Asian dating coaches that I can look up to. And most of the time these days, their Asian dating coaches are so fucking tall. They're like 5'11" or 6'2". The Asians love to worship them because I don't look like your stereotypical dating coach. Because they're value deniers, they think it's all game. One company talks about race, the other one does not. But they roughly get 3 or 6 laid testimonials for Daygame. So there's a lot more here that they're not getting because they're gamifying the social skills. I have discarded 99% of every single system. I study every fucking system. There's like 50 Daygame system. I've studied them all. But once I study them, I have to field test it, use the Street Fighter concept, discarded so many fucking things. I have discarded romance. I have discarded validation. I've discarded so many fucking things. My system do not have that much in common. Even if they have a 4-step escalation ladder, I have a 5-step. I also have a maneuver, sexually seeding, not just seeding the posts, seeding it sexually in objections dealing. They don't. You can't just use alcohol to deal with objections. That's fucking unethical. This is seduction, not domination. The inner circle taught me the most. My Pakistani mentor. He is the best Daygamer I've ever met in my life. Okay, one time at the Inner Circle mansion, he brought home 15 women. They're all like 9 out of 10. They even shunned me when they saw me. They're kind of like, eh. And he does not even look like a good-looking guy. He is the last person you think is a player. When I met his parents, they didn't even know. He'd been hiding it from them. But then they start getting some clues. Why is John here learning from him about women? And he was on vacation with his parents, and women kept fucking begging to meet him. He closed it behind their backs. He's like, what the fuck? And they're like, shit, their son is a fucking player, the best in the world. I've never seen anything like it. All nines. There was no 10s and there was no 8s. It was just 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. I've never seen anything like it. I thought I was dreaming or something. But this is the technology that powered a lot of these stuff. When I talk about social skills, emotional control, social calibrations and game, this is what powered it. This was the biggest breakthrough. The naturals, the real high-value naturals. These guys are multimillionaires. They deny money because they already have so much height and so much race. They're already over the line. They just have to do this, right? They have to vibe their SMV. So you get tricked mentally. I'm nearly 500 late poll testimonials now. 500. How the fuck do they think is even similar or they have more? I've only posted 60 or something right now in the video testimonials. I can post another 10 more right now. Plus, I can read out all the screenshot testimonials. This is going to boost it to like 130, 140 of them. Easily. That's ridiculous. Because sometimes the students were fans of Justin Wayne and other people. And they don't want to make me a testimonial because they get butthurt that John Elite was the one that got them laid. They rather give a testimonial to somebody else. But however, this is the 3 secrets. Which one of the 3 secrets resonate with you the most? Let me know in the comment section. That's all I have to say. And this is the reason why I don't have to make new courses for COVID-19 to bring in more of a cash flow. Because my system already fucking works. It's the solution. This is not the treatment. This is not the long fucking drawn out cancer treatment. This is already cutting out the tumors. Facepalm, like 2 watches facepalm.